All right, today we're doing something a little different. We're not just going to do math, we're going to build a toolkit, a complete strategist's guide for taking on one of the biggest challenges in algebra, the quadratic equation. So let's pop open that toolbox and get right to it. Think of it like this. You're at the final level of a video game. You've gotten past all the easy stuff, but now you're face to face with a final boss. And to win, you can't just spam one button. You need a real strategy. So picture this. You've got one shot left to hit the target. The game throws you a clue, but it's this messy, jumbled up, confusing-looking quadratic equation. That right there, that's our challenge. Taking that chaos and figuring out the exact solution to win the game. And that is exactly what this is all about. We're going to build you a custom toolkit so you can stare down any quadratic equation and know almost instantly what the best, quickest, most efficient tool is to solve it. Okay, first things first. Before we can solve anything, we need to really understand the problem we're up against. It's time to bring a little order to all that chaos. So you're staring at a problem and it looks like this. It's got parentheses, stuff on both sides of the equal sign. It's just not clean. This is what we call a non-standard form quadratic, and our very first job is to tame this thing. And here's how we do it. The first step, every single time, no matter what, is getting it into standard form. That's ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Everything on one side, 0 on the other. Think of it like clearing off your workbench. It is absolutely essential. So for our example, we distribute that 2x on the left. Boom, you get 6x squared minus 10x. Then we just shove the x and the 30 from the right side over to the left, combine the like terms, and we land on our clean, organized standard form. 6x squared minus 11x minus 30 equals 0. Now we can actually get to work. With our equation all neat and tidy, it is officially time to open our toolkit. We've got 3 main tools for solving any quadratic, and a true master knows exactly how and, more importantly, when to use each one. Our first tool and your first line of attack should be factoring. I mean, you gotta love factoring. When an equation is factorable, this is your best friend. It is fast, it's efficient, and let's be real, it just feels so good when you crack it and find those 2 perfect binomials. And what's really cool is that even within a tool like factoring, you've got options. It's all about what works for you. Some people are super visual. They love the organization of the grid method. Others, they prefer the direct attack of the claw, or FOIL method. The whole point is to find the technique that just clicks in your brain. But, and there's always a but, right? Factoring has a weakness. It really only works well when the answers are nice, clean, rational numbers, like integers or simple fractions. For the messy problems, or heck, when you just can't see the factors after a minute, it's time to reach for a more powerful tool. And that brings us to tool number 2, completing the square. Now this one's a bit more of a workout, I'll admit, but it works even when factoring throws in the towel. The whole strategy is to basically force one side of the equation to become a perfect square. That way, you can just take the square root of both sides and solve it. It is a brilliant power move. So we have a fast tool, and we have a powerful tool. But what about an ultimate weapon? A guaranteed method that can crack any quadratic you throw at it, no matter how weird the answer is. A whole number, a fraction, an irrational number? Does a guaranteed method even exist? Oh, you bet it does. And here it is, the quadratic formula. This is the Swiss Army knife in our toolkit. Fun fact, this formula is literally what you get if you use the completing the square method on the general standard form equation. For you, the job is simple. Identify your A, B, and C from your standard form equation, plug them in, and just be really careful with the order of operations. This is your fail-safe. It will never let you down. Okay, so knowing the tools, that's one thing. But being a true strategist, that's knowing which tool to pick for which job. It's all about efficiency and accuracy. This is how you really level up your game. And this is your guide, your cheat sheet. First, always try to factor. Give it a solid minute. If you can't see it, don't waste time, just move on. If the equation is missing that middle x term, just use the simple square root property. Easy. If it doesn't factor, but that middle term is an even number, completing the square can be surprisingly clean. And for literally everything else, the quadratic formula is your reliable finisher. So why does all this strategy actually matter? Well, it's because these equations aren't just a bunch of numbers and letters on a page. They literally describe the world all around us. Let's see these tools in action. Check this out. A 50-foot wire is attached to an antenna, 20 feet from the base. How high up the antenna is it attached? Well, the good old Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, sets up the problem. And as you can see, this leads you straight to a quadratic equation. In this case, there's no middle x term, so the simple square root property gets you the answer in seconds, about 45.8 feet. Or how about physics? You know that perfect arc a ball makes when you throw it? That's a parabola, and it's described by a quadratic function. If you want to find the ball's maximum height, you're looking for the vertex of that parabola. And you find that using the formula -b divided by 2a, a direct piece of your quadratic knowledge. And these applications are, they're everywhere. That parabolic shape of a satellite dish is what allows it to focus signals. Engineers use quadratics to design the beautiful, strong curves of suspension bridges. Economists even use them to model profit and loss. This isn't just some abstract math concept. It's the language of how things are built and how they move. So the next time you see a bridge arching over a river, or you see a satellite dish on a roof, I want you to remember this. You haven't just memorized 3 ways to solve an equation. You've actually learned how to use a toolkit that helps you understand the very structure of the world we live in. And that's the real power of math, isn't it? It gives you a brand new way to see and interact with everything. So the question isn't just about what you've learned today. It's about what you're going to do with it. Now that you're a quadratic strategist, what new challenge are you going to take on first?